In this video, we're diving into what it's actually like to hire and pay people around the world using remote, and whether it really is the easiest way to run a global team. What's going on, everyone? My name's Eric Hunsaker, and on this channel, we cut through the fluff to help you build smarter, faster, and more global businesses without getting buried in logistics. So if you've been thinking about hiring someone in another country, or you're already juggling a remote team and trying to figure out payroll, compliance, or benefits, this is for you. Let's get into it. The problem with hiring globally and why remote exists. All right, picture this. You're running a fast-growing startup. You find the perfect developer, but they're in Poland, or maybe you want to bring on a designer in Colombia or a marketer in Nigeria. What do? If you hire them as a contractor, you might be fine for a while, but what happens when they need benefits? Or when your legal team starts worrying about local employment laws? If you try to set up a legal entity in that country, it's a mess. You're talking months of paperwork, lawyers, accountants, and that's before you even send a paycheck. Remote is built to take all of that off your plate. Their pitch is simple. Talent is everywhere. Opportunity should be too. They want to make it possible for anyone to build a team anywhere, legally, quickly, and without losing sleep over tax filings or labor laws. So what does remote actually do? Remote is more than just a payroll tool. It's a full global HR platform that helps you find talent across borders, hire them compliantly, onboard them quickly with local contracts, pay them in their local currency, manage benefits, expenses, time off, and more, and eventually scale without having to build infrastructure in every country. They support full-time employees and contractors, and they do it across 200 plus countries. But the real magic is in how they handle the legal side for you. Employer of record, your shortcut to global hiring. Now, if you've never heard of it, here's the gist. Let's say you want to hire a full-time employee in Germany. You don't have a business there. Normally that's a no-go, but remote has a local entity in Germany. They become the legal employer on paper, handle all the compliance and payroll, and you get to treat that person like a normal employee. Same as anyone on your US team. They're not a contractor. They're fully employed with health insurance, taxes handled, paid time off, the whole deal. But you didn't have to file a single form with the German government. That's what remote does. They're the bridge between your company and the country you want to hire. And what about contractors? Remote doesn't stop at full-time employees. If you're working with freelancers or consultants across the world, they've got tools for that too. You can send payments in local currencies, generate contracts, collect tax forms, handle invoices, or even automate them, and make sure you're staying compliant with local laws. This part's especially nice if you're paying 5, 10, or even 50 people across different countries every month. You don't need to chase bank wires or worry about which currency you're using. Remote just handles it. Plus, they give your contractors a self-serve portal, so they can see their payments, upload receipts, and manage their info without bugging you. What it's like using remote, not just the features. All right, let's get a little more real world. So when you first sign up, the dashboard feels clean and modern. It's not one of those old school enterprise tools that makes you want to pull your hair out. Everything's organized around what you're trying to do, whether that be hire, pay, manage, and repeat. Let's say you want to bring on someone in Argentina. You start by filling out a basic form. Job title, salary, start date, that kind of thing. Remote instantly tells you what the total cost of that hire will be, including taxes and mandatory benefits. That number's super useful, especially when you're trying to plan ahead. Now, once the contract is ready, remote sends it to the new employee. They sign it, upload any needed docs, and that's it. From your side, it takes maybe 10 minutes. The employee gets their own dashboard where they can request time off, view pay slips, or file expenses. It's honestly pretty smooth. And if something goes wrong, like a delay in payroll or a benefits question, you can reach out to Remote's support team, who are usually quick to respond. Paying people globally. How it actually works. Once your team's set up, payroll happens automatically. Remote pulls the data, calculates the right taxes, pays your employees in their local currency, and gives you a breakdown of what you paid and where it went. It even takes care of things like Social Security contributions, paid leave entitlements, sick pay, holiday calendars, and even localized perks like gym stipends or meal allowances. You don't need to keep up with changing laws or hire a lawyer in every country. Remote stays on top of that for you. What does it cost? So here's the deal on pricing. Employer of record is $599 per month per employee, or $699 if billed monthly. Contractor management. This is $29 per month per active contractor, contractor of record. This is $325 per month per contractor. Equity management. This is $999 per year. Now, that COR option might need a little unpacking. With contractor of record, remote doesn't just help you pay contractors. They actually take on the legal responsibility for compliance in that country. That means they're helping protect your business from misclassification risks, which is especially important in places where labor laws are strict or evolving. It's not just about cutting checks. It's about doing it safely and legally. And just to clear up a common misconception, with contractor management, you don't pay for inactive contractors. Thanks to Remote's fair price guarantee, you're only charged the $29 per month for contractors who are actually active that month. If someone didn't invoice you, you don't pay. No need to manually pause or deactivate anyone. Remote handles that automatically. It's super useful if you're juggling multiple freelancers on different schedules. Now, is it the cheapest setup? Not really, but when you consider the cost of setting up legal entities, paying local accountants, or dealing with surprise compliance issues, it can end up saving you a lot of money and stress in the long run. And eligible startups get 15% off Remote for 12 months. So if you're just getting things rolling, it's a solid bonus to take advantage of. Where Remote shines. So there's a reason companies like SoundCloud, SEMrush, GitLab, Mozilla, Toyota, Aston Martin, and HelloFresh use Remote. The platform just works. It's intuitive, it's fast, and it doesn't make you feel like you need a PhD in international tax law to hire someone. You can onboard a designer in Portugal, pay a writer in South Africa, and manage your development team in Eastern Europe, all from one place. The global coverage is impressive, and the fact that Remote owns their legal entities instead of relying on partners makes it more reliable and more secure. But let's be honest, it's not perfect. While most users have a smooth experience, there have been a few reports of support response times taking a bit longer than expected, usually during onboarding or during peak periods. In some countries, the benefits packages aren't as customizable yet. So if you're looking to offer something very specific, like a childcare stipend or a certain type of private insurance, you might run into some limitations. And yes, like with any software, there have been occasional dashboard bugs or slight delays in payment processing, but nothing major. But it's worth keeping in mind if you're on a super tight schedule. But to Remote's credit, they actually maintain a public dashboard that shows 90% customer satisfaction and average onboarding times under 2 days. So your mileage may vary. And for a lot of teams, the experience is quick and seamless. Now, that's getting really nitpicky, but overall, Remote is pretty legit. So who is Remote for? If you're a startup or small business with global ambition, this is for you. Remote's ideal for companies hiring their first international employees, startups scaling quickly across time zones, founders who want to stay lean and avoid legal headaches, teams managing contractors and full-timers in multiple countries. If you're running a remote team and you want one tool to help you manage everything from contracts to pay stubs to time off requests, this is it. Now, who it's not for. Now, Remote is a strong option, but it's not the right fit for every business. It's probably overkill if you're already set up with a full payroll and HR system like Gusto or Bamboo HR, since Remote is already embedded into those platforms. So if your team's already running smoothly inside one of those tools, you might not need to add another layer. That said, it's worth noting that Remote does have a growing number of US-only customers, especially businesses with employees scattered across different states. So if you'd rather not deal with the patchwork of local labor laws, tax rules, and compliance logistics yourself, Remote can still be super helpful, even if you're not hiring internationally. So really, it's less about geography and it's more about what kind of support you're really looking for. If you're just dabbling or already fully built out, you might not need it. But if you're in growth mode and you want a more streamlined way to manage people across borders or even just across state lines, it could be a really great fit for you and your growing business. So is Remote the easiest way to hire globally? Honestly, yeah, in a lot of ways it is. Remote takes what used to be a massive headache, global hiring, and it turns it into a 10-minute process. You still need to think strategically. You still need to plan your hires and understand your market, but you don't have to figure out international labor laws from scratch, and that's a massive win. It's not the cheapest solution, and it's not flawless, but it's built for scale, it's transparent, and it actually helps you focus on growing your business instead of managing paperwork. And if that's the goal, hiring smarter, faster, and more globally, then Remote is absolutely worth a look. Now, if you want to get started with Remote, we've got a link for you down in the description. This is an affiliate link, which means we will earn a small commission when you use it, but at no extra cost to you. And it's these commissions that really help support the channel, and it allows us to continue to create free content just like this. So if you end up using those links, we thank you so much in advance. Now, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Here on StartupWise, we make videos dedicated to helping new and existing entrepreneurs either get started or continue to succeed in business. So be sure to subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.